are back again. This is BigLoudMouth. Baby saw me so, can you tell me on? You the grace for body. Saw me so. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again. Episode 36. Us in the building. Come on, act like you have life in you now.
I don't need to act like I have life
Us in the building, tell us in the building.
I always have life in me.
We'd like to say thank you to everybody who tuned in to episode 35 on SoundCloud.
If you tune in, you tune in.
Whoa, you guys took the numbers to a different expectation. I want to thank all our Nigerian listeners, most especially. Episode 35 was groundbreaking for us. I think that's the, I think apart from, it's not a tourist, no. In terms of entertainment-wise, because we never really divulged into entertainment, but that was groundbreaking for us.
What are you talking about?
No, we don't really talk about, we talk more about serious issues that don't pertain to entertainment.
What are you talking about?
We talk about everything.
Are you talking about entertainment industry?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant entertainment industry.
No. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me more music-wise especially.
Guy, please. I beg, just hurry up. Because you are losing your train of thought. You are not making sense. It's like this. It's like the shirt you are wearing is sucking all the oxygen. All the oxygen that's supposed to go to your brain. The shirt is just sucking it.
I think we have four more episodes of this podcast.
So please, sharp,
guy,
sharp.
Every Sunday,
sharp guy.
Why you posing on my shirt?
Even your brocos, you are just showing your brocos on your camera. It's just your this thing is just so tight. No, I was about to say your babe's name, but Tola's babe, please, tell him to stop dressing like this. To come and be showing his brocos.
Hold on, we have Ima in the building today.
You want to show his brocos?
If UPS is bringing package, the driver is bringing package, is it your concern if you can see the package in his hand? Or
why is your
where he's
so
going
tight?
to? What's your business if the package is showing?
When I know Tola, he used to wear baggy. That's what you know. Baggy.
Fashion has come round.
Now he's saying fashion has come round.
Now
Bele has come round.
No, now we are on HD camera. We are on HD camera. Everything visualable is visualable. Even if that's not a word. It's visualable. You have to visualize it.
That's how that guy was toasting you. Huh?
We're gonna go there. You know what? What we're talking. Everybody, round of applause for us.
Yo.
At least they are not toasting me from smart car. A guy is not toasting me from smart car. No. I'm just gonna say.
Try.
Do you know
don't
what?
Try.
I'm making too much noise.
So
Different episodes.
No, this is this episode because I don't think I can hold it.
Don't make me bring your cousin on camera. My guy, I will bring your cousin on camera.
So
Ima, are you ready?
This what happened, yeah?
Ima, are you ready to come on this camera?
Tola was walking, or apparently jogging. Yeah, we're gonna believe the jogging part, right? Tola was jogging. As he was jogging, some guy stopped him. I was like, yo, Tola, how you doing?
Fam, and this Tola, is why you never tell us anything.
He didn't stop jogging. He didn't carry on jogging.
It's not your fault.
Tola stood, had a conversation with this guy, traded numbers with this guy. Tola gave him his number. A total stranger he's never met.
I'll let you tell the story now.
He didn't even give him a fake number.
I'll let you tell the story now.
He gave him your real life
I'll let you tell the story now, because now you happen to.
Yeah,
leave him. I'll let him tell the story because it happened to you now. Tell the story. It happened to you.
Tola gave him his number. And the guy messaged Tola to say, Tola, yo, I feel like you're a really good-looking guy. I'd like to go on I'd like to take you out.
Ade, if you give me that look, let him tell the story. You understand?
Oh, no.
Because, no. Do you know what?
Tola gave him the number, yeah? Tola gave him the number. And then he messaged Tola and said, I think you're good-looking. Let's go for a drink.
I'll let you tell the story now. See, okay. Now, I'm talking to the viewers now.
What happened from that, yeah? We don't know. We don't know if they actually went on a date. I don't know.
You are mad. You must be mad.
Only this guy knows.
You must be mad.
And God, he can tell me, oh no, it cost the guy, he did whatever. But you gave the guy your number. You messaged the guy. He messaged you. I don't know what else happened. That's what I'm saying, guys.
Are you?
In my situation was different. Yes.
No.
Yes, I got moved to. Yes, I got moved to.
They tried to make a whole 6'3" you get into smart car. They wanted to disvirgin you in a smart car. A guy wanted to disvirgin you in a smart car. He did not even have respect for you.
I'm a big God.
No, this your God is not big. It's very small.
He didn't allow it.
Hold on. The guy didn't even respect you and say even if you're going to compromise, he'll be inside Ferrari. Smart car that maybe they say use one for 1,500. They try to toast you and even do you inside smart car.
Listen, you got moved to on road.
On road.
I did not get moved to on road.
Okay.
You was jogging.
Do you know
whatever.
what? I'm going to tell the story real quick.
Brocos.
Do you know what? Yeah, they already said it last week. They said it last week. When an Edo man is talking, you just keep quiet and you listen. People can believe what they want to believe. This is what happened.
All right, tell us
right?
your version.
In my very fat days.
I swear, I'm gonna find this guy to come to the show.
In my very fat, wallahi, now that me I not talk. Let me not talk.
I'm gonna find you to come.
In my fat days, yeah, my really fat days, I was jogging to lose weight. So man was on the up because man lost a lot of weight, right? I was jogging in my vest. It was summer of like I think 2000 and something. I can't remember, maybe 2011 or so. I'm jogging, right? This guy's at the bus stop. I'm literally approaching the bus stop. He's waiting for the 103 or whatever it's called. I don't even know what he's waiting for. But that's the bus. Fam, that's the bus that goes there.
Listen,
it's Tesco and Raynham.
Telling stories.
It's Tesco and Raynham. Anyway,
carry on.
Anyway, I was jogging, and this guy was like, "Oh, what's up? Like, hi. Do you know?" First, actually, to be honest, first it was like, "Do you know what bus comes around here?" So I was like, "Oh, it's the 103."
What a typical lad move.
Hold on, wait, fam. You know one thing in life, yeah? That day made me realize that. That day made me realize that this is what I used to do to women. And I'm like, how? You know when you used to think like, how did it used to work on women? It worked that day. So it was like, what bus comes here? I was like, oh, it's the 103. And it was like, I think I've seen you somewhere. I was like, where? Which obviously, you know, with a straight mind.
I don't know if you were straight or
I'll summon Amadioha for you now. With a straight mind, yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, obviously it's possible. So, are you going to let me tell my story?
Hurry up.
So, this guy tells me I said around Romford. My church just moved to Romford. So I'm like, do you know what? Oh, yeah, it might be around Romford because then the church was new. We're looking for church members. I was like, oh, okay.
So you're moving to guys because
wait, hold on.
That's what you're trying to say.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it was like, I was like, are you around Romford a lot? He said, yeah. I said, oh, maybe you should come to. I was like, okay, cool. And it was like, oh, do you mind if I have your number? I said, yes. So you can just message me whenever around Romford. You know, then from giving number to acquire a soul for God.
Don't even try it. Don't try it. Don't try it.
My guy, honestly speaking,
Don't try it.
No, honestly speaking,
Do not try it.
I was doing the Lord's work.
Shame the devil. You weren't doing the Lord's work.
I was doing the Lord's work.
You were jogging. The guy moved to you. And you gave him his number.
Believe what you want to believe. I was doing the Lord's work. All of a sudden, I'm in my living room at night, watching TV with my dad, yeah? The text comes in. Bang.
So I was getting freaky with this guy at night.
You know what, yeah? I think we're going to end this podcast, isn't it? If YouTube say you can't load 5 minutes, you can't load 5 minutes. Fuck it. I'm done. Honestly, yeah, the guy texted me and was like, oh, hi, well, this is so and so and so. I was like, because I didn't even have my phone that day. So I was like, oh, yeah, what's up? How you doing? It was like, oh, so I saved his number in it. And then, you know, it was like, oh, I was like, oh, so you're always around Romford. We said, okay, cool. And then next thing was like, oh, you know, then it was like, oh, we should meet up and go for a drink. For me, I'm like, this is very uncomfortable, you know? And then he said one line like, I think you're fam.
I think you're gorgeous.
The way I switched here, I'm not gonna see. This was.
I think you're gorgeous.
Okay.
Is that what he said to you? I knew it. This guy. See this guy here, one of a kind, legendary.
Anyway, the guy was starting. I was like, wait, this is what I say to women now, fam. I just para for the guy. I told him, you know, I said some things that if I say it now, I'll probably be in jail. So I'm not going to cobalize myself on camera. But the things I said, yeah.
But one thing you did
let's just say that was the last time that my message was the last message that was exchanged. I sent the last text. Let's just say the way it ended, I sent the last text. Because it was the bunny papa well. And he replied that message. My guy, with this big loud mouth would not exist. I sent the last text that day. But guess what? As devil may have it, this is not God. The guy is a very precise predator. Oh my days. Because he moved to 200 of my friends. And they said what? Do you know what, yeah? Do you know what? I think we have our podcast for today. We're going to talk about something entirely different, yeah? As devil may have it, I don't want to say God. As devil may have it, yeah? And then you know the two people, I'll tell you off camera, yeah? Because I don't think I'm allowed to say this.
One of them has been on this show.
One of them has been on this show. One of them has been on this show. And let me tell you the two places. One, he did at the barber shop. He did one at the barber shop. And the next one he did at train station. Places where you move to people.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow. So
Same guy.
Fam, when the other two guys told me the story, I said, this guy is this tall. Like this. They said yes. I said, I'm Mugbe. Do you know what, yeah? The guy's brave though. He's brave, but honestly, like, if that had happened to me now, I think I would have handled it a lot better. Like, because what I sent, I don't care who you are. If a woman even sent that to you as a guy, he won't text back. What I sent him, yeah, like, was all manner. And then I found out the guy was Nigerian from one of the people he moved to.
It's from Ibadan as well.
Ibadan.
It was from Ibadan. Don't try. He's from Ibadan.
Anyway.
It's your people.
Anyway, but...
Listen, take the good and the bad.
Listen, he's Nigerian, innit?
This
is why Nigeria will not progress, but we're not going to go... Why you already being tribalistic, man?
No, I just say he's from Ibadan.
But anyway...
from Edo, I would say he's from Edo.
That's the story of, me moved to by, a gay guy, innit? But at least, guess what? The guy asked me for the boss. Someone sat at petrol station inside smart car that you can do like this. And they ask you, they say, hey, you look good, you want to come inside? Like Olosho, I'm dead. Honestly, they moved to us like one Olosho in ShopRite. Honestly, how can a man look at a 6-foot-something person and say, you look good? Do you want to step in my... Us, let me tell you. Do you know why that's bad? Do you know why that's bad?
Why is that bad?
Even as a short guy like yourself, you can't drive a smart car and move to a babe. You know it will not flow.
Me?
You know it will not flow.
Me that walks with this with my legs.
No, see, if someone is trekking and you're moving to babe, you are in the same condition. It's the same condition. You are both walking, you have nothing to offer each other when it comes to ride.
Wow.
Apart from TFL. So if someone is walking and you're moving to a walking babe, it's the same thing. But if you're driving a car and you want to move to a walking babe, the babe, even she has oyster, she still has the right to demand, like, if your 4 wheel is not right, it's not right. We're not saying people should be materialistic, but if a gay guy is now moved into another man inside smart car, what? They tried to dispatch you.
Don't care, bruv.
He tried to take your...
But I didn't give him my number.
I'm sorry. He tried to deflower you.
Don't care. That's what the guy was trying to do to you. You gave him his number. You gave him your number.
Let's just say...
You had a conversation with this guy.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You entertained this guy.
And let's just say...
To what extent only you and God knows. We don't know the extent in which you entertained this guy.
Let's just say, because we don't want to make ourselves corporate, testify on camera against myself. Let me just tell you, I sent the last message and I was waiting for his father and mother to reply that message.
Doesn't matter.
But
doesn't matter.
You know what?
Still the same.
It's just
entertained it.
You know what that told me was like, wow, like this is how corny and how cheesy we actually are when it comes to like.
Who's we? Speak for yourself.
When it comes to moving to women, you've said corny lines all your life.
Corny lines, bro.
Every guy said corny lines.
I don't say corny lines because I don't move to women's like that.
Every.
You hear me?
Okay. But yeah, even on this show alone, we can count 5 women that you've dated or you've gone in and out.
What are you talking? What are you talking about?
The one that you bought bitcoins with. The one you want me to start going?
Yeah, one. That's it.
The one you have investment with.
That same
The one
person.
you don't have investment with.
That don't have any.
The one you go to wedding with. The one you don't go to.
Who do I go wedding with?
People will rewind this show.
Let them rewind.
I swear, one day when I have time, I'll do compilation of all the women.
Because there's only 2.
You can talk about it.
No, to be honest, what we want to talk about today, it's not even relevant again.
It is relevant because you use the term predator. right? And that's
okay. You want to go there? Look
Yeah.
at you, so that they can look. You're acting like you're listening. Look at you. This time, all you want to do is just bad belly. That's
No.
Anyway,
You use the term predator.
in the next clip, you're going to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's gonna be on here somewhere.
You'll be here somewhere.
It'll be on here. It'll be on the top
right?
or the bottom or anywhere.
Or like this.
Yeah, wherever Tola's
like
belly allows it to go.
Wow.
It'll be there.
Is that you that your jumper has extra space for your belly?
Nah, see this? That's why I'm slouching, so you can't see it on camera.
It is our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles and to treat them with the same respect we treat other people with. We should accept that pedophiles are people who have not chosen their sexuality and who, unlike most of us, will never be able to live it out freely if they want to lead an upright life. We should accept that pedophilia is a sexual preference.
Okay, well done, stretchy jumper. It's okay, that's fine. But anyway, somewhere around this video, me, I'm planning to lose weight. Can we focus, please? Please.
Cool.
So, someone went on TED Talk. A lady went on TED Talk.
A scholar went on TED Talk.
Anyway, the whole thing is about why.
She's talking
society.
She's talking about the normalizing the idea and
of
the
pedophilia.
The stigma.
No, it's not.
Listen. You don't listen to stuff.
This is why I don't want to talk about this.
You don't listen to stuff. You have to listen to stuff, right? From that little clip, I haven't watched the full TED Talk, which I will do, but from that little clip that's gonna go up and the clip that is circulating, right? Let's get it right. Right? The whole point of that clip, just that clip, that 58 seconds clip, is she talking about the stigma, normalizing the stigma around pedophiles. That's what she's mentioned. Because she talked about the sexual orientation, she talked about their mental state, all right? They talked about it being a generational, what was the word that she used? A generational upbringing, just for lack of better term.
Yeah.
Right, so those three things, she was talking about how we then perceive and deem pedophiles.
My take on that is, one thing I can agree with that video is, I wouldn't even say I agree. One thing I know is, if a man sees fit to groom a 12-year-old or 14 and under, whatever the illegal age is, you definitely have a mental problem.
No, you don't.
Wait, I don't want to say 1,000%, but you 1,000% have a mental problem.
I don't think you do.
Do you know why?
Because society is what puts that limit. Listen, 100 years ago.
Guy, please don't talk.
Chill.
You are cool.
Okay, 100 years ago, this would never been an issue.
But now I'm telling you that these moral forms were not just put in place yesterday. This was put in place years and years and years ago, and it was even frowned upon back then.
It was never frowned upon.
Guy, it was frowned upon back then.
Grooming was what everyone did. Grooming, as a woman, once you're reached the age of 12 years old, you are either married or you're engaged to be married. So grooming already started from the age of 8. So what are we saying? So, we're saying now in a modern society, which is what we're in, we're not saying, okay, we're not looking about
this is tough for me to talk about.
You gotta talk about it.
I got nieces, right?
Yeah, I know. Listen, people. I'm not saying what she's. I'm not here.
No, I think what she's saying is psychologically defective.
It's not psychologically defective because it's in the impact of your environment. What you're conducive to in that environment.
Mike, let them hear the nonsense that's coming out of your mouth.
Guy, don't judge what I'm about to say.
No, I'm not judging you.
What we say now, we say from a perspective of the society or the environment that we're up from, which is what you're saying. You just use your nieces as an example.
I don't even want to use them I don't even want to think about
it. Okay,
I don't
cool. Want to, whatever. But you're using your emotional state in the society that you grew up in and the society that you're not aware of to make that declaration. What I'm saying is this. I totally agree with you. But I'm saying that she has a very solid point.
What, by saying it's a stigma and we should normalize pedophilia?
No, I'm not agreeing with... But what she's saying is a very normal point. I'm not agreeing that that's what we should do. But I'm saying it's a very strong point that is founded on institutions that go beyond where we come from.
Let me give you an example. So, as early as 60 years ago, Germans felt a lot of Germans felt it right that the Jewish people shouldn't breathe the same air they should breathe, right? So, are you saying, because that happened back then, it should be okay to happen back now?
I've never said it's been okay.
But this is what I'm saying.
I've said that she had. What you're saying is that this what I'm saying is we're not looking at the. We're not.
Yes, it's a sickness. It is a sickness.
To an extent, yes.
Guy, it really okay.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes,
Okay,
it is.
in this modern day.
No, okay. Let me clarify so before people get it twisted. Yes, pedophilia is 100%. I agree with you on that. Pedophilia is exactly that. Right? It's exactly that. To look
That's
at
the only thing I can agree.
Okay,
it's a sickness, a wrong mental state of mind, right? And sometimes it's just callousness. Like some men are actually just wicked. Let's not. It's not. This is not about men and trash.
That's where I will go wrong with you and say that some men are just wicked. I think all men are just.
How
wicked.
can you see a young girl?
I say all men.
The reason why I can't agree with what she's saying is. Now, we've got an educational system that puts you through your paces, right?
Yep.
Puts you through your pace. You learn about biology. Even as a guy, you know that you don't start feeling these things until you're like maybe 13, 14.
But these are based on
Wait, but this is what I'm saying. On average, but this is what I'm saying. But how is the law made anyway?
Guy, we're not talking about laws.
Because the law puts them in prison.
No,
it's the law that's saying...
We're not talking about law. The law isn't saying that they're sick.
Okay. No, the law is.
No, the law isn't saying that they're sick. The law is deeming them as pedophiles. That's why they still go to the same prison as everyone else.
Do you know why the law states that they're sick? Because if you rob a bank, they give you 3 years with pedophilia, you probably get 18 months.
No, you actually get logged into that, actually. Yes, you do.
There have been cases where they've got shorter sentence than people who have committed robbery.
But they don't go to a hospital institute.
But this is what I'm saying. No, some of them get put in a mental hospital depending on their track record.
But you can say that the same for robbers.
This is my point. You get put through your paces, school, about biology, your body, how it forms, everything. Even as a young guy, yourself and myself probably didn't know, like maybe until the age of 13, 14, what our urges towards women actually were, right? So when you think about that, like, okay, now I'm 16. Oh, I want to, even 14, I need to move to girls because my friends are moving to girls. You know, sex education is in now. This is what, but even back then there was no sex education, but we all knew this is how you feel towards girls, right? Mixed school, whatever. Even if you went to a boys' school, maybe you felt something for a boy, your business, right? My point is, they know well enough that a 12-year-old, if you're a 40-something-year-old man or if you're a 20-something-year-old man and you feel like you want to move to a 12-year-old or under 14, you have a problem.
Okay.
It is not right. And there is no way to actually say it's a stigma or it needs to be normalized or we need to respect them because they have a deficiency or some BS, man. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think you're okay. What you just said is only relative to a specific type of culture and it's not, for instance, India currently now and whatever. Still actually currently now in India, as a man at 13-year-old, you should already be married. As a woman, you should, but from 8 you're getting groomed to be married, so you already have some sort of sexual orientation being groomed. Are you not saying in their culture, which is their culture?
Yeah, it is their culture.
Exactly. So you can't say no. I just want to address that point. Yeah. You can't then say because you are in another culture, you then deem your culture of higher principle and higher moral
but you know, personally, I'm not that kind of person.
I'm not. But that's what you're saying.
But what I'm saying
that's
is
what exactly
this has nothing to do with culture in the sense that I'm
looking at, you have to look at when she was saying, you have to look at it in a broader term, in a broader scope. You can't just. I understand that people have they have emotional attachment to it, and rightly so. As a human being, you should. Yeah. Right, we're emotional creatures. Right, we're moved by our senses. But at the same time, when you look at when you look at stuff like that, and you look at the basis in what she was saying, right, you have to look at it as a broad. You can't just look at it in the canon of the world that you belong to. Yeah, you have to look at it because morality.
And hence why I said, right, in this world we are in this world, this particular Western world we're in, right, it is their culture.
Yeah.
And it is a mental illness. So her giving that speech is irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
Now, if we were
do you know why I say it's irrelevant? Because everything you just said is no longer provided.
I'm about to back your point,
okay.
Right? If she was now to go, if we were now to go to India and say, you stop marrying 13-year-olds, they would look at us like we're crazy.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fine on their part, right? because obviously our culture in this Western world forbids us to do that.
Yeah.
Right? But this is another thing. Even though they're doing it and it's their culture, you know why it isn't right? Because as a 13-year-old, your body isn't even mature to even birth a child. That makes it wrong, which means there's a likelihood of that girl dying. And there's a lot of young girls dying in terms of childbirth, which for the life of me, that's one thing I didn't even want to, I would have, if I knew it was going to go that way, I would have looked for the statistics. Even in Africa, and this is what I'm saying, let's not even, exempt Europe, because there's some European countries that still do that nonsense.
I agree.
Do you know what I'm saying? Let's not say the stigmas with Africa and Asia. No. The European countries that still practice that dumb. I'm saying dumb because of seeing things in the world I've lived. Even back in Nigeria, you even knew why would you want to go with a 13-year-old bro? Like we had people in Nigeria getting stoned for that. So this is what I'm saying. Her now going out to a world where the culture is different and saying that has a wrong impact. Now, if she was, the TED Talk goes around the world, right? Goes way around the world. But I'm saying the focus in terms of the people who are going to watch that the most are in the so-called developed world. And that's sending a wrong message. Do you understand? I don't know if you understand what I'm talking
get what you're
about.
saying.
So hence saying...
I get what you're saying. And I also...
we gave it a name, by the way.
Huh?
We, in the Western world,
Yeah.
let me not say we just got here. The Western world gave it a name, pedophilia. There was no name for it. To them, it was culture.
Yeah.
The Western world, same way they say like homophobia, they gave it a name because phobia is actually fear, isn't it? And it's not like we're scared of gay people, even though we might not believe in whatever their sexual orientation, doesn't mean we're scared of them. So actually the term homophobia is something to even talk about in a later stage.
When she said, question. When she said that pedophilia is a sexual orientation.
It's not.
Okay, why do you say it's not?
Reason why I'm saying it's not is a sexual orientation is...
Oh, no, sorry, sexual preference. Sorry.
Sexual preference.
Sorry, not orientation.
Now, a sexual preference is I want to sleep with a woman, right? I want to sleep with a man, for those who want to sleep with a man. Now, the preference is not... Another preference is I want to sleep with a light-skinned person. I want to sleep with a dark-skinned person. Oh, I prefer Asians to... I prefer Taiwanese to Malaysians.
What is a sexual preference?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. A sexual preference is like I prefer... a 13-year-old. Get the fuck out. I'm sorry. Pardon my French. It's not. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
I'll
tell you why it is. Because some people like to sleep with animals.
That's madness.
It's still a sexual preference.
It is madness.
Whatever you want to call it.
It is madness.
You can say madness.
It's bestiality.
It's still a preference.
It's madness.
It's still a preference. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
You know what, Oz, you have a word.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Stop. This is the issue, yeah. This is the issue with people like you, because you people look at stuff, don't call it what it is, and when it gets called what it is, you then judge the people.
I'm not judging.
You just said it's madness. That is a judgment.
No.
What are you saying?
No. From my point of view, it's madness.
Which is a judgment of what you experience.
No, it's my opinion.
Okay, it's your opinion. All right.
I'm not judging. The fact that I'm saying is... No. The fact that I'm saying is madness. I'm not going to... I can say, in my opinion, you're wrong. In my opinion, that's madness. Okay. You've looked at a goat and you decide to turn the goat behind. And that's madness. Because guess what?
Call it whatever you want to call it.
Guess what? Yeah. Goats, they're animal.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
This is stuff that's gone back. Do you know what I mean? When I look at things like this, and I'm not surprised, and I'm not shocked, and I'm not affected by it, because it's nothing new.
I'm just saying.
It's nothing new.
In a world where we're trying to protect our young women from chivalry, the wrong kind of chivalry and all this negative energy.
I totally agree with
her giving that speech, even as, I don't want to say even as a woman, as a human being, has the wrong impact.
That I will agree with you.
Then let's release all the pedophiles then.
That I agree with you on. I agree with you on that. Yeah. Right? The only thing I don't agree with you on is what I've been saying before. Is let's call a spade what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call it that. Let's not try to now and fabricate all of this thing of why is it acceptable or why is it not. No, but the truth is, it is what it is. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. It is what it is. Let's just be once we can get a clear understanding of that, trust me, we'll be able to move on. The reason that we struggle and we have people coming up with talks like this is because people are just not formulating or trying to get what it is. Yes, people that have tendency to want to sleep with children is a sexual preference.
No, it's a sexual sickness.
It's a preference. It's a sexual preference. Whether we want to accept it in our societies are two different things.
Okay,
right?
That I agree
but it
with
is
you.
what it is.
Because
I'm
not for going into other people's culture to marshal and tell them what they can't and what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
I am not in that world. But if the life of young girls ain't, at risk, in terms for you to be able to practice your culture, and these girls are dying, is it not high time that you look at it from a cultural, not even a cultural, from a human point of view and say, yo, I think our forefathers and
messed up.
We've been doing the wrong thing.
I
Because even you were saying this is dated back centuries. Even dating back to Game of Thrones, for example, that stupid king with the young wives,
stupid thing.
right? With the young wives, right?
Wives.
Even back then, he chose you because obviously these shows are brought up from history. People around him know they were making fun of him as the king that loves young girls, and they knew it was a bad thing. But guess what? It was what it was. Like you said, the game was the game.
Exactly. That's what I want you all to understand.
But this is what I'm saying.
Once we can get to that stage,
right?
Once we are really, really, really get to that stage,
Yeah.
and we can say, okay, cool, this is this person's sexual preference. Okay, now let's classify the same way bestiality is.
Is there any other word you can use apart from sexual preference?
No,
please.
No. The same way bestiality is illegal, we can then tackle it and make pedophilia, which is a man's illegal. Yeah, okay, I'm talking about that. Well, I'm addressing this woman's talk, yeah? Then same way we can then make pedophilia, right? And understanding to go, yo, listen, in our circle, we cannot allow this, right? The reason this woman is able to have this conversation, right, and have this conversation about pedophilia being the stigma that's involved in pedophilia being normalized, the reason we're actually able to have this conversation because we're living in a society, right, that doesn't want to accept a man's a man, a boy's a girl's a girl, use the bathroom. They don't want to accept that.
Fair. I see where you're going.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the moment we start playing grey lines and doing all of this nonsense and start playing, that's the moment soon you're gonna have a conversation to make bestiality lawful.
Someone's probably campaigning. Remember when we said on this show that when we should be careful how we try to impact things because you might upset the equilibrium of things. And I think, like you said, this is one thing I'm going to agree with you about. That is when you open the doors for all kind of manner of things. I'm trying to pick my language is very careful.
Me, I'm tired of picking my language.
When you open the door, we have to do a podcast at one point where I think we have to come clean. We don't have to all jump on the same bandwagon. When you open a book of conversation for all manner of dumbness, you leave the room open for all manner of dumbness to be said. And this is a dumbness that's being said. One thing I don't appreciate about what she said is we have to treat them with the same respect. Are you dumb?
I knew that one touched you. When I was watching it.
Please, put Remy in this. Are you dumb? Listen, seriously.
Do you know, when I was watching it,
respect.
I could just see all your veins popping. The moment she said respect.
I had something totally different to talk about.
All your veins popping in your head.
I had something totally different to talk about in this podcast. I was like, imagine. No. She said, treat them with the same respect. Don't think it's a stigma. My guy. It's a stigma. My guy. No respect. Listen, number one, there's a reason why the culture, the Western culture, understands that there's the elder and there's the younger. And the younger is meant to respect the elder the same way the elder is supposed to respect the younger. But the younger ones are meant to respect the elder a lot more. If you want respect yourself and don't stoop to that level. You cannot want to respect and you are not sleeping with kids.
I would love, and actually I wouldn't love, but if there's a way of going back in time and putting Tola in let's say the 1500s.
Yeah.
You would have been respected.
Fam.
For doing that.
Fam.
You'd have been respected.
I would have been screaming off with his head everywhere. Off with his head. Off with his head. Honestly.
Tola would have had 5.
Please, I beg you in God's name. Do not ever think about me in that, or even put me in that same light Oh, Jesus, I rebuke it. I rebuke it. I rebuke it in the mighty name of Jesus. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. I rebuke it in the mighty name of Jesus.
I don't want to come across.
Father, Lord, every bad wishes for me, that thing, God, I can't even, that pray, in the mighty name of Jesus, in the mighty name, I reject it. I'm praying fervently. Honestly, I reject it. By the way, we're going to have to talk on this show, about what happens when you start to open the door for dumbness, because, mate, I don't like Piers Morgan, but lately, I've been on his side. Because some dumb people be coming up in this world, and I'm like, rah, you're fucking stupid. Sorry, pardon my French. I'm sorry, but...
I like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to come across insensitive, because I know people always say I do come across, when it comes to stuff like this, I always come
my guys, fuck political correctness. I'm done.
Listen, I don't condemn that talk. Right?
Well, I believe what I believe.
Right? But at the same time, I felt like it's a talk that's been waiting to happen. Like, I don't want to go into scriptures, but I will have to.
But what I'm saying is, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I think it's high time. If vegans can be pushing that they should change 10 pounds and 5 pounds, my guy, it's time for me to let the world know I believe what I believe, and you cannot, as long as the same way you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. And as long as we are not getting in each other's way, do not expect me to believe in what you believe and accept what you accept, because you don't accept what I accept. You don't believe what I believe. And I think this is where the world is going wrong, where political... Why can I not believe what I believe and you believe? As long as I am not stopping you from getting what you... Leave me alone.
That's the issue. That what you just said.
But me, let me tell you something, Someone says nobody, especially with all these... I don't want to say all this, because feminists, some great feminists are out there doing a great job.
There's a lot of great feminists.
They're doing a great job, But... when some of these people come overboard, like you say, ladies first, or open the door, and they say that's wrong, listen, I don't wake up in the morning and thinking I want to tramp on women. I don't wake up in the morning and undermine women. When you start coming up with nonsense like this, that's how someone now say pedophilia should be respected. You are opening door for nonsense. And I'm telling you, that led to that TED Talk. Because we're in a society now where we believe like every stupid thing that I said is acceptable.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why I'm not trying to pick on anybody.
No,
but,
you're right.
You know, listen, even the people at the top, I don't really think they care. Listen, a man who's making money, you think he wakes up in the morning and go, how can I stop a transgender or gay person from making money today? No, nobody does that. Nobody wakes up in the morning and go, okay, maybe if it's a business, thingy, someone might go, I don't want that lady to be in that position because I want that guy, because I can control that guy. Or I want, nobody wakes up in their mind and say, when you're not Adolf Hitler or one Mugabe, even Mugabe will not even wake up and say, nobody wakes up in the morning and say, hey, oppression. No, I want to oppress people. No. This is what I'm saying. Like, we need to come as a society where we need to believe that the way you believe what you believe, I'm not supposed to agree with you, because then guess what? We're all sheeps.
Okay, so this is my only issue with what you just said, is that opens dialogue for unlawfulness, lawlessness.
No, that's why there's the law for us not to act on our thoughts.
Listen, that's how it starts off. It starts off with a thought, right?
Yeah.
It always starts off with a thought. A 12-year-old goes to his school, gets bullied, he thinks about killing everybody. It's a thought process.
If it's a thought process, people should be killing pedophiles.
It starts from a thought process, okay? Then it moves into act. The reason I don't agree with you is in terms of, you believe what you believe, let me believe what I believe, as long as it doesn't get away. Because eventually, what would happen is that our ego is going to eventually take precedence when we get filled with the same issue. Like, for instance, this whole conversation, when we talk about the reason this text comes up, before, when I mentioned about, listen, a conversation about a lady's bathroom and a men's bathroom and having in between. Like, for me, it's
dumb.
It's irrelevant.
It's dumb.
It's an irrelevant conversation to be having at this stage.
It's
in our
dumb.
life.
You're opening doors for nonsense.
But then, when we do say that, what happens is that, okay, people take that into consideration and go, well, actually, my sexual orientation is I like to be a woman and at the same time want to be a man, or I used to be a man and I like to be a woman at this point. I'm like, okay, cool.
Why do you need to? Why can't you still then pick a bathroom? Do you know what I mean? I still don't understand why you still can't pick a bathroom.
You hear me?
Right? But that's where everyone comes. That's when ego then comes in to go. No,
I don't think it has to do with ego.
Yes, it does. The ego comes in and go, no, I want to be respected for who I am, this person that I am. All right? I want to have my own facility that will cater to my needs. That's an ego. Then we have conversation like this about a scholar actively promoting the acceptance of paedophilia, right, in our community. Yes, I'm not gonna, like I said, I didn't deny she had some really great points, and that's the points I wanted to address.
Yeah, the devil knows how to paint
She had some
everything
really
nice
great
too.
points as well, and that's why I didn't want to discredit what she was. I didn't want to discredit the person. I wanted to discredit what she was saying.
Yeah, and I don't have any problem with the person. I never called her a sick person.
She had some really great points when she talked about, it is a sexual preference, which I 100%, 1,000,000,000% agree with. It is definitely a sexual preference. Now, at what stage as human being do we then start to control our sexual preference that it doesn't hamper other people,
and
that it doesn't invade other people? At what point? Do you know that's the one thing I said to you last time? I said when we talked about Ronaldo and the situation that he's facing, right, and the whole stigma around that. And I said to you, one thing I've been, in as much as trying my best not to be moved by my sexual urges, because I'm not gonna lie, in this day and age, listen, men are falling down from grace because of their inability to control their sexual desire. That's a fact. We see it on Monday newspaper. The guy in the House of Law, the billionaire that paid the NDA,
guy.
right? For
the BHS guy.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think that would be extending the conversation.
So
Because that one, I have my.
So all of these things is always a trait as a man or from the male civilization, right? One thing that we definitely need to get a grip of is getting a grip of your sexual desires and your sexual urges, because, mate, it leads to so much chaos, so much atrocity, so much pain,
so
and
much
hurt,
dumb conversations
right?
being had.
I'm talking from the sense of pedophile, right?
So am I.
Okay, you said conversation. I'm talking from the sense of pedophile.
No, I was talking about that TED talk, because
Okay.
it's a conversation with people. Obviously, it's not a talk back, but you know.
So now we're coming from a stage of a pedophile and someone that has the urge and the desire to want to sleep with children, right? That is an urge and a desire.
When you saying that, Lord,
that needs,
it turns my belly.
That needs to be read back in. That needs you. Not every sexual desire you need to act on. I'm telling you.
Of course.
Not every single sexual desire you need to act on. But we're coming to an age where everything that we see is leading to us acting on our sexual desires. Everywhere we walked, we're getting blasted with all sorts of sexual...
Instagram model.
Whatever. All sorts of sexual filth, right? That just raises our pulse. 1 minute on Instagram, you can be
watching Jesus.
You can be watching Jesus. On the next minute, you see one big booty.
And you're like, this is why I said the devil has a way of painting things.
Do you know what is that? I think it was on Friday. On Friday, I literally had to go from my Instagram and start deleting. Because there's one time, I was just reading the scriptures. And then I flipped up my timeline. And then there's this song that's it goes, man them. Who's got a keys to the pum pum? Who's got a keys to the pum pum? I was like,
so that's what you listen to.
I was like, Jesus. I just had the most inspirational conversation.
From Psalm 14 to who's got the key to the pum pum.
I just had this inspirational conversation, man. And I said, man, your timeline, you need to stop following all these comedians, because this comedian, even though it's funny, they do have some funny stuff, but they gonna lead your spiritual self elsewhere that you don't want to go. Right, and that's what I'm trying to talk about. I'm all for one for having this conversation about the idea of normalizing the stigma. Right, I'm all up for it. Right, if we're gonna have it, let's have this conversation. But at the same time, let's also, passion goes two ways. Right, passion goes two ways. Passion goes for a positive, right, and passion goes for a negative. It goes two ways. But if we're gonna have those conversations, let's also have that conversation on the flip side.
I don't think it's a conversation to be had.
No, I'm up for having any form of conversation.
And that's what we said. The problem was, you should not entertain every stupidness.
Yeah.
Do you entertain every stupidness that come your way in life?
So why did you give that guy your number?
Huh? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We're going to put the video up for the TED Talk. Let us know what you think. Put your comment down. Yeah, and like I said, I'm done being PC for the rest of my life. Because guess what? The same way.
You're not done being PC.
I'm done
you're
being
professional.
PC. No.
Don't tell me you're done being PC, bro.
No. I work, yes. No, when I mean, not to everything. Some certain things.
All right.
Things, especially what I believe.
I know tomorrow morning, your white voice is going to come on.
No.
Yes, governor.
No. No, to some things in life, I am done being PC.
Yeah.
I'm done being... Because what you tend to do is like, what would happen would be a reverse in terms of what's happening now. So people who... Like this pedophile thing, you now get pedophiles saying, "Oh, this is how I feel."
Yeah.
And then we now can't say anything.
And then soon, what's gonna happen?
They start sleeping with kids everywhere.
I tell you what's gonna happen. The paedophile that have already spent time in jail, they're out there, trying to change their life around. Some of them are, I don't know. Like I said, it is a sexual preference.
They now revert back.
They now gonna be like, hold on, do you know what?
I did time for that.
Actually, nah.
And then,
you know what I mean? They're like, actually, nah. They're taking a mick, fam.
and then you sue the government.
Yeah.
And then your taxes paid the
Of
time.
course.
So, I mean, come on. Let's think about this thing.
But anyway, guys, this, like I said, this is all speculation.
And again, no disrespect to every culture out there. Culture's culture, but sometimes you get to a stage where you have to think about the culture and go, hey, are we actually doing the right thing? Especially if it's causing a loss of lives. Like, seriously, especially for young women. Like, it's bad enough that we can say, women in some diasporas are actually endangered. Like, seriously, in terms of, like, getting married too young, not experiencing what life is supposed to offer them on a whole platform. It's a fight. And I feel like that TED Talk was, like, a huge blow and a step back. Depending, on who's looking at it. But for those of us who are trying to make one change, one small step at a time, it's a huge blow.
No, you're right.
It's a huge blow. In terms of, but let us know what you think. Thank you very much again for your time.
Oh yeah, and also guys, we ain't gonna be here for 2 weeks. Is it
2 or 3?
No, 3 weeks. Sorry. Yeah, 3 weeks. Won't be here for 3 weeks. Catch us on the last week of November.
Oz is going crocodile.
Why you have to put my name out there?
Really,
Why you have to put my name out there? Why you put my name out there?
So
fam?
people can know the reason why we're not having a podcast. The last time we said Adi was not going to be around, so Oz is not going to be around. He's going on an expedition, a work expedition.
Why are you putting me out there,
He's going to come back as a crocodile hunter.
Okay.
He's going down under.
All right, mate.
Anyway, thank you guys again.
Guys, pray for me. My name is Oz. I love you.
Good night.
Is there?
What are we talking about? This is the BigLoudMouth.